So, believers, if you want one of the deadliest defenders in your team who can stand as a wall, whether it's goalkeeper, fullbacks, or center back, then this is going to be best video you are going to watch, as we are going to know all walls who are launched throughout this TOTY event. This is part 2 of the series, and if you have remembered, in part 1 we talked about the attackers who are like hackers. All the parts will be in this playlist. So yeah, you can check whenever you want. And also, in case if you have already existing defenders, then you might be confused whether to replace with the player I am suggesting or not. So in such case, I will definitely tell you having which players recently you can replace and having which players recently you don't have to replace. So video is going to be a gem for you, and subscribe, plus turn on the notification bell icon so that you will not miss any amazing contents just like this. Firstly, let's move with the goalkeeper position. We don't have much more goalkeeper position players from the TOTY event. As meta players that many people are using in the game are Buffon, Martinez, and Donnarumma. But bros, if I have to rank them, then I will keep Donnarumma in the 3rd position. I have tested Donnarumma lots of times in the scouting time. He is truly incredible. Especially his diving saves are just amazing, and his reflexes are also very good. You are not going to get any issues about his height. The best thing about Donnarumma is he is very cheap, only 200 shards. So yeah, that's really not a big deal if you want a great goalkeeper. His other versions of cards are also amazing. Anyway, the bad part of Donnarumma is he is just 104 rating, so yeah, it will be hard for you to reach 112 OVR in your squad keeping him. Next, another option we have is 105 rating Martinez. Martinez is literally free, plus, performance-wise, he is really amazing. The best thing is, he has a TOTY card. Especially, his position is really great in the game and he is good at quick reflexes. Anyway, his cost is also similar to Donnarumma. In the TOTY, if you take him, then you have to ignore this 200 shard token, so Donnarumma costs 200 token, which means you can say their price is similar. Through the shard exchange, it's gonna cost 500 for Martinez. So if you really need sick GK for free, then Martinez is best, you can go with him. I can say that Donna and Martinez is definitely in the top 5 to top 6 rank in the game, following amazing goalkeepers like Schmeichel, Van der Sar. Finally, in GK top list, I would like to go for Buffon. He is literally one of the cheapest and best GK. I have owned him already in my main account, and performance-wise, I have to say, Buffon is just incredible. It's still controversial to say Buffon is best in the game, as I haven't used all the goalkeepers, but the thing is, I have found Buffon is really amazing. And I also see a lot of comments where people say he is the best GK in the game right now. I have to say, if you really need a GK with better height, then I will recommend waiting for the upcoming card, because 192 height is quite less, and I am pretty sure he might get nerfed in future, as with the time travels, the amazing cards get launched. If you have used a Savic card, then you might definitely know for how much time he was relevant, and height was one of the factors which helped him to be relevant for a long. Anyway, stats and performance-wise, he is great, and even costs just 750 tokens for a 107 rating player, which is quite rare in my opinion. Now, if you have players like Ballon d'Or Courtois, Trophy Titans Schmeichel, TOTY nominee Martinez, Kobel, Winter Wildcard Neuer, the Ballon D or Donnarumma, Trick or Treat Martinez, Yashin, then, they are the players who are recently holding top 10 to top 15 position in the game, and I will recommend you guys not to change your GK as they are still relevant. But the thing is, if you have only GK position remaining to fill, then you can change with the wall keepers that I suggested. Now bros, let's talk about some amazing wall and meta defenders who are literally going to rule the game for a long period of time. We have lots of defenders in TOTY event, so you are going to get lots of variation from cheap to expensive defense. In my list, I will keep players like Maldini, Thuram, Saliba, Van Dijk, Rudiger, Desailly, and Vidic. These all defenders are just incredible, and I have used all of them. So bros, no worries, I will definitely tell you about all those defenders. Out of those 6 to 7 players in number 7, I would like to place Maldini. I know I am getting lots of criticism after this, but trust me, Maldini is not the best option if you are F2P, as he is crazy expensive. Performance-wise, I have to say, he is just incredible and a top 1 to top 2 defender in the game right now. I will prefer him in case you guys have only a defender position to fill in your squad. Otherwise, it's just dumb way to waste your 1.5k shards, which could afford around 2 AX 107 OVR players easily. In number 6 and 5, we have Desailly and Vidic. Both of these two defenders are with similar qualities. From my experience, I have to say Desailly is better, but still it's totally dependent on taste. Anyway, both of them cost 300 tokens, which is cheap for 105 rating players. If you want, you can definitely go with them, as they are holding top 10 rank in center backs. In the fourth number, we have Van Dijk. Van Dijk is definitely a top 3 to top 5 defender. His defending is great, pace is balanced, and height is also great. This card comes with a power header trait, which is plus point, and he is also 107. The reason I placed him on 4th of my list is definitely the cost of shards. He costs 1,000 shards, which might be a little high. Anyway, in the 3rd of list, we have Rudiger. Rudiger is definitely a top 5 to top 6 defender. Performance-wise, slightly down compared to Saliba and Van Dijk. Anyway, defending-wise, he is incredible. He costs 800 tokens. And performance-wise, if you want a better defender, then we have Saliba in top 2 of my list. The reason I kept Saliba in top 2 is he is definitely with similar cost and competes with Van Dijk. Some people are even saying Saliba is better than Van Dijk, but as per my test, I felt more comfortable on Van Dijk. He lacks on power header traits and height is good. Anyway, he is great defender, but only issue is, he is 106 OVR card, so with same cost if you need 107 then, Rudiger will be good option. However, if you want a guy who beats everyone with performance-wise, and he should be cheaper. Also then, in the top 1 of my list, I would give that credit to Thuram. This is purely the best defender in the game right now. It's debatable whether Maldini is better or Thuram, it totally depends on person to person. Anyway, stats-wise, Thuram beats Maldini in most of the aspects. Anyway, bros, 125 defending is too good, and he is even having his passing amazing. He just costs 750 tokens, so yeah, I am going with him in this beating FC mobile account very soon as he is Gerrard on every aspect, whether we are looking for cheap or a beast who can stand like a wall in squad. Now, if you have players such as Ferdinand, Cannavaro, Lucio, Kohler, nominee version of Saliba, Company, this hero's version of Stam, then these all players are just amazing, and they still deserves top 5 to 15 list in the game, so there is no point on switching your center back. However, playing style of different people are different, and if recent center back is not working out, then I will definitely recommend to change with the center back that I suggested. Now let's discuss the fullbacks who are going to be gem for you guys. First, I would like to go with the left back position. In the left back, we have only 3 players in the TOTY event who managed to get a spot as wall, and they are Zambrotta, Hernandez, DeMarco. In the top 3 of the list, I will keep DeMarco, who holds the top 5 position in the game right now. He also has his 104th version, but 105th one is best. The 105 costs 300, which is very cheap for a 105 rating player, as you can literally see for 105 left back. Hernandez, he literally costs 600. Anyway, Hernandez is in the top 2 or 3, which is depending on people. DeMarco's pace is great, and defending is also good. There are cons on DeMarco, which is not having 4-star skill moves. The pros of this card is, he is good on free kick. Attacking-wise, he is amazing, plus have a lot of attacking traits. The fun fact is, he has a 4-star weak foot, which is quite rare in defenders. Anyway, talking about Hernandez, he is too pacey left back. He is deadly. His defensive ability is also great, and performance-wise, he is amazing left back. The work rate is balanced in both DeMarco and in Hernandez card. Medium work rate for fullbacks is good in my opinion, as they help defensively too. The 4-star skill move is also there on Hernandez, so that's big W in my opinion. Finally, I would like to give a top 1 defender tag in this list, and even in the whole game to Zambrotta 106. He is quite costly, like it's going to cost you 1k shards, which is decent for fullback. Fullbacks are quite expensive in the market. He has great defending and pace. Performance-wise, he is best in game right now, but I am sure in Carnival this 107 left back is going to take his best left back tag. So yeah, bros, if you haven't exchanged Zambrotta and thinking of exchanging him then, I will recommend waiting for Carnival event, as that card is coming this Thursday, and there is chances that it's going to be Roberto Carlos. As you can see, he is from Brazil and it's icon player. Anyway, Carlos' card has been amazing in the game from the beginning, and for now, I am not recommending Zambrotta. In case you guys have already exchanged, that's really not an issue, as Zambrotta is the most amazing left back that I have ever seen. If you have players like Davies, who is fastest left back, Roberto Carlos, Mendy, Lizarazu, TOTY version of Grimaldo, Cancelo, then they are the players who are recently holding top 10 to top 15 position in the game, and I will recommend you guys not to change your left back, as they are still relevant. Now let's talk about the right backs, who are just amazing in the game. In the right back also, we don't have too many players launched in the game. There are only 3 amazing right backs from TOTY, and they are Carlos Alberto, Carvajal, and Frimpong. On the 3rd of my list, I will keep Frimpong. I have to say Frimpong is top 3 in the game right now, and the best thing about Frimpong is, it's a cheap beast. It just costs forking 300 tokens for one of the best right back in the game in the recent situation. Look at this 118 pace. That's incredible in right back, as many meta right back lack such speed. Defending-wise, he is decent. Overall, I felt Frimpong is incredible, and his performances are also great in the game. In the second of the list, we have Carvajal, and I have to say this guy is also cheaper. Literally, he is the cheapest 106th player in the game right now. He is also having great pace, but compared to Frimpong less. And I said, you, in right back, having very high pace is quite rare. Frimpong is very fast right back. Anyway, Carvajal defending is great, and I already have him in my main account. So I will definitely recommend him to you guys, as his performance is awesome. Finally, in the top one of the list, or top one right back of the game, we have Carlos Alberto. This guy will surely sustain for a very long time. His cards are always amazing in game, and last year TOTY Alberto card was also considered to be one of the best right back in the game. Literally, people were using that card even after 1 year. I think 1,000 tokens for 107 right backs is decent. And once again, I said you guys, most meta right backs lack great pace. The best part of Carlos Alberto is, he is just exceptional on defending, and even his pace is balanced. He has got lots of traits. Anyway, he is amazing right back, and from my side, I am definitely recommending him to you guys. Now, if you have already players such as Maicon, Zanetti, Cafu, nominee version of Carvajal, Lam, Heroes Maicon, Pedro Porro, then they are just amazing right back, and even holds top 10 rank in the game, so yeah, you really don't have to switch your right back unless you are in such situation where you have just right back position to fill in your squad. So bros, I hope you all enjoyed this part 2 of Wall-In FC Mobile, and if you want this type of video for best attackers, then make sure to check out part 1 in this playlist. Now, if you want same type of video for midfielders also, then make sure to comment hashtag part 3 like you guys commented hashtag part 2 in part 1 of this series. So, that's all for today's video, and I hope the video was informative to you all. I will meet you with the next one. Till then, your lovely host, Mr. Believer, signs out.